Yo, I know I'm not the only nigga who thinks this, but going out and drinking every weekend has to get old. And like I say, I know a majority of people say that it gets old and that it's boring and things like that, but these clubs be packed on the weekends. So someone's not telling the truth. You can't be going out 4 times a week talking about some you don't go out. It's like catching women in that lie when they say, I'm a homebody, I don't like to go out like that, I just be in the house. My question to that is, if all these women be in the house, who these hoes I be seeing out in the clubs? Like, y'all can't all be in the house if I'm seeing mad women at the clubs. Like, when I link up with a girl and she tells me some nonsense like that, and then I look at her on Instagram and it depicts the complete opposite, be her with mad drinks, and then her repost on TikTok be something like, oh, got too drunk last night, something like that, in that ballpark. It's like, wow, I really just got lied to. Like, who are actually the girls who don't be going out like that? You never see them because they actually don't go out like that. Like, it's like catching a legendary Pokemon. Like, bro, I remember I took my roommate out for her 21st birthday. We started off by going to a restaurant and then we went to the club with a bunch of her friends. Or a bar, because there's a difference between a bar and a club. Bro, they got mad drinks at the bar. After pre-gaming a bunch at the restaurant, she started getting overly lit, dancing on dudes. This, that, and the third. She kissed all her friends goodbye. Bro, on the car ride back on the highway, this woman said, I gotta throw up. I had to pull over on the highway so she wouldn't throw up in my car. And she still threw up in my car. And of course, came with a mean hangover right after that night. Which is another thing. How do y'all not wanna get over that hangover? That hangover sucks. At least it seems like it. I've never had a hangover because I've never gotten drunk before. I think the most I've ever had was maybe 6 drinks one night, and that was all in the span of I want to say 4 hours. So they weren't back to back. That's only because I was at a party and I didn't feel like being a lame nigga not drinking at a party that I was invited to. But on my own accord, the most I've had is probably 4 drinks in a night. And like I said, probably good 30-minute split in between, and not really strong of drinks. I've seen it ruin people's lives because in the military, having too many intoxicated related incidents can hinder your career. They can put you in a program, and while you're on that program, you're not allowed to drink. And if you get caught drinking while in that program, you can get messed up, sent to mass, or NJP, whatever you want to call it. And I never thought it was worth it, but I think it kind of starts at a young level. See, a lot of people when they're in high school end up getting into that party lifestyle. And people just want an underage drink just because it's so addicting to break and bend the rules, things of that nature. So people go to the parties, drink a bunch of beers or whatever they're serving at the party, hoping that the police don't show up. And that's where I think a lot of, careers, quote unquote, of drunkenness start, or alcoholism, alcoholics, whatever you want to call it. And it's kind of upsetting to see because it could literally be as small as just being late to work all the time because of hangovers, or even something to do with your kids, your children, just not being in their lives much because you have an addiction that your spouse doesn't want the kids around. So there's always going to be a bit of sympathy from a good amount of people who actually care about, certain things. But a lot of times no one's feeling bad for the person under the age of 30 who's just BSing through life getting drunk every night. Especially if you're a single young person. Like, for instance, if you're one of those people who says you only drink to get drunk, people shouldn't feel bad for you when certain things go wrong in your life. Because even I think there's a difference between getting drunk and getting a slight buzz. But going away from that topic, going more into the going out topic, I don't know how y'all do it every weekend or even 3 times a week. I still remember this one time on New Year's Eve. I wasn't even 21 yet. I was literally 20, and we went to this 18 and over club downtown. Me and my boy got in a line. That line wasn't moving at all. It was already 10 something. The bouncer came out the club talking about ain't no one under the age of 21 getting in before midnight, and it's gonna be $100 to get in if you're under 21. Shoot, you got me messed up. Paying $100 just to go in there and listen to some mid-ass music, just to either be sitting on the wall cooling, looking at shorties talking about she bad and not even going up to talk to them, or even if I am having a good time, that ain't worth $100. Whether it's a club, a bar, or even a frat party, y'all niggas paying to get into these are blind. And you're getting scammed and ripped off, especially if you're talking about house parties, because half of the times those get shut down midway through, before 10. So you paying for an hour of a good time, not even really a good time, just to sit on the wall. Like I said, all the girls are super bougie at any type of event. Cause it's just mad dudes there. 90% of the time, it ain't even it's a bunch of girls there. It's mostly dudes. All these dudes are looking at them and they just have something to choose from. And like I said, they're bougie, so they're gonna be very picky on who they even eye. And watching dudes try and talk to girls in the club is one of the cringiest things of all time. The group usually be one super tall dude, one dude with like sunglasses and maybe like some form of designer on, whether it's fake or not, and then a bunch of other wild cards. Usually the tall dude is the one looking around scouting for the hoes, and the dude with the sunglasses is trying to look too nonchalant. Like, my guy, we know you're scoping around for women under those sunglasses. I remember one time this one girl came up to me, started filling up on my arm, asking me to buy a shot, flirting with me. My boy was like, yo, she was getting at you. No, nigga, she wanted me to buy her a shot. And that's for my guys, don't let these hoes try and fool you into thinking something's really finna go down. Like 9 times out of 10, she's finna just trick on you. All these other dudes, but she wanna ask you to buy a shot. And I don't care what anyone says, 9 times out of 10, the most attractive girls in that club are the bottle girls. And you know for damn sure that they ain't like showing no special attention to any dudes, unless you are paying. And a lot of the times, people are showing off, so the biggest tips are going to be up there and you will not be able to compete with those. Bro, I was in the club one time and it was this one girl's birthday. She was one of the bottle girls. She was behind the bar. And the other bottle girl was talking to me saying, oh yeah, it's her birthday, tell her happy birthday. Bro, I looked over and said, hey, happy birthday. And then she just shrugged her shoulders and said, are you gonna buy me a shot? Like, damn, can't even freaking wish her a happy birthday on her special day without her wanting or needing something. Bro, believe it or not, there's a reason why when women actually get a man, they don't really be out at the clubs like that. Unless it's with him, because that thing sucks long term. And I feel like it's honestly the same with dudes. Here's the thing, the first ever party I went to, I believe I was 17 and it was my senior year of high school. And bro, there was booze there and I didn't even drink. And as a guy who isn't a social drinker like me, it's okay to be around people who drink, but I don't think you should be in a relationship with someone who drinks. Socially, that is. And I remember Duke Dennis made a video, or he was on stream that turned into a video talking about why you shouldn't be with someone who drinks if you're someone who doesn't drink. Basically saying 9 times out of 10, if they're not doing it around you, they're doing it around other people, aka a bunch of women and men. And you're not gonna be there, so anything can happen. But yeah, honestly, that's the end of this video. I'm gonna wrap this up. I don't wanna speak too much. I ain't got too much to say. Just another am I missing out. Let me know what other videos y'all want to see. I'm trying to upload more. I feel like I've been doing actually a pretty decent job on getting uploads out there, and yeah, I'm just trying to keep going. Appreciate y'all for watching. Till next time, deuce.